Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Mr.
I
Gibbs.
just looked at my watch and found it is afternoon. Time goes by really quickly, it's 1:44. Okay, I just want to start by reading Psalm 145, which is a little bit, but worthwhile. I will exalt you, my God the King. I will praise your name forever and ever. Every day I will praise you and extol your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. His greatness no one can fathom. One generation will commend your works to another. They will tell of your mighty acts. They will speak of the glorious splendor of your majesty, and I will meditate on your wonderful works. They will tell of the power of your awesome works, and I will proclaim your great deeds. They will celebrate your abundant goodness and joyfully sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. The Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all he has made. All you have made will praise you, O Lord. Your saints will extol you. They will tell of the glory of your kingdom and speak of your might, so that all men may know of your mighty acts and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures through all generations. The Lord is faithful to all his promises and loving towards all he has made. That includes us. The Lord upholds all those who fall. The Lord lifts up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time. You open your hand and satisfy the desires of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and loving toward all he has made. The Lord is near to all who call on him in truth. He fulfills the desires of those who fear him. He hears their cry and saves them. The Lord watches over all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth will speak in praise of the Lord. Let every creature praise his holy name forever and ever. Amen. That's Psalm 145.
I'm going to do my speech, then you do yours.
So Cheryl's going to make a speech now, so settle yourselves down.
Get comfortable. Put that away, Felicity, because this, folks, this is really interesting. Okay.
Do we talk about? I'll see you right. Hello, Mum. Thank you.
I saw Murray during the year in 1973 at the Matamata Combined Churches Youth Group, where all people in our 20s. Murray went to New Guinea during the year for a few months, and when he got back, I said to him, "You didn't come back with fuzzy hair," and that made him notice me. Good work, Cheryl. Soon after that, he asked me out. Poor Murray. I thoroughly questioned him about his situation, plus I'd had my heart broken a couple of times, and I didn't want that to happen again. So I agreed to meet at the Baptist church that night, and we went to a church youth group and a church barbecue. It was the 3rd of November 1973. Remember? We talked and talked. Soon after, Murray saw an advertisement for a teachers' college, and he went at the beginning of 1974. He came down to Matamata every 3 weeks, and he stayed with Peter and Shirley. And that was quite good, only seeing each other every 3 weeks, because it made the year go fast.
So Peter's my brother,
Yeah,
and Shirley's his wife.
yeah, they're really nice. We wrote letters to each other, which was a good way of getting to know each other. And I made fruit cakes for him to take back to Rocklands Hall. Murray used to get sick of the saveloys. I don't think I've cooked saveloys once in our married life. We both got teaching jobs in Taranui in 1975. I boarded with Douglas and Nolene, and Murray lived in a schoolhouse. He came for tea each night, and Nolene or I made his lunch. Nolene made beautiful sandwiches, ham and pineapple sandwiches.
So Douglas is another one of my brothers.
Yeah, and then Murray moved into our new schoolhouse, the Keithay house, about a month before our wedding. And I was still boarding, and we started to get a vegetable garden in there. We married May 75 and enjoyed Taramanui. We actually would have settled there, but some people at church said, oh, you don't want to settle in Taramanui. But they had a business there. But we actually often thought over the years we would have liked to have bought a block of land on the way going into Taramanui. Anyway, that didn't happen. I taught Sunday school and I played piano at church, and Murray took Bible class and he helped work on the building of the church. And I used to make scones every Saturday morning. They'd go down and work on the building. And I helped at a children's outreach on Thursday afternoon. I remember once I ran out of petrol when I was getting there, and the minister's son, what's his name? Never mind, Hugh Nees, his son, was here in his high school uniform, and he went home and got me a petrol can and came back with petrol. So God does answer. Anyway, so Murray was good at improving situations. At high school, the children would rush out when the buses got there, and Murray said, this is an accident waiting to happen. And so we engineered the thought process, and they put a pipe railing along, which kept the kids.
There was a big sort of tarsi or open area where you drove in and parked your cars on the side around the outside, and the buses used to come in and turn around and get and line up to go out again. And the buses were moving in and going around, and the kids were running across the area and getting on their particular bus while they were still coming in and turning around and going to their parking position. So I got it organised that they weren't able to do that.
One funny thing, I know I've got to keep this short. Murray had a student girl in his class. Murray was a form teacher of his class, and the girl bought these notes signed by her mother because she had permission every Friday afternoon to do work experience at a hair salon. And this went on for several weeks. And one Saturday morning, Murray got a phone call from this girl's mother, who had just found the notes in her daughter's uniform pocket, and told Murray there was no way she was not excused to go to.
Well, she maybe with a boyfriend or
Work
something.
experience. So I'll leave it to your imagination what she was up to on a Friday afternoon. So she had to knuckle down and do woodwork on a Friday afternoon. We bought a
That's
big
creative.
section and 5/8 of an acre in mid-1976 at Bell Block, and Murray designed our house. We shifted there December 76. Our first job was to seal the floors with polyurethane over all the floors, and then the builder carefully put a nice drive in with gravel, but the drive had a real hump in it. And all our services are under this drive. We were in the back section, and so Murray and I, there's a photo somewhere, we dug a big trench down this drive, don't know how long it would have been, and to lower all, because we didn't want to drive over a hump every time we went out. So that was a big job, but we got it done. And we had 3 years there. Murray was at Boys High, and I was 2 years, 8 months at Waitara School. Murray studied New Zealand certificate of building in the evenings, and I did music exams. I got my grade 8 pass result the day before Bronwyn was born. I practiced piano early in the morning, but I put a blanket down inside the piano so you couldn't hear, so Murray didn't get disturbed. And then we were delighted to welcome Bronwyn Cheryl. I knew the babe was going to be a girl as I'd had a dream. In my dream, there was Bronwyn sitting on the bed about 6 months old. I said, hello, Bronwyn Cheryl, our first hope. And my dream, so I knew she was Bronwyn Cheryl.
Yeah.
She was a very placid baby. In New Plymouth, Murray helped lead the youth group and took the Christian group at school, and we led a home group. Then we shifted to Otrahonga to Old Tekawiti Road. We were both involved in the Baptist Church. At school, Murray taught 21 contributing schools from around the district, and he advertised junior youth group. Had a notice on this whiteboard every week. And so the kids used to come to his junior youth group, which Murray started. Got up to about 70 kids, and Murray did activities. They went down kayak and canoeing down the Waikato River at one stage, and they had camps, and
I would hire a bus and take them out to Hingatiki School, where they had great big sealed areas where the kids could do roller skating.
And I think in our first month or so we had an overnight camp at our place.
Yes, that's right.
And the boys slept in tents, and I think the girls slept in the car shed.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that was good. And Murray had taught himself the auto harp to accompany the singing. He also took Bible in schools, and he was on the school committee, and he did school maintenance jobs voluntarily. So I think he was quite impressive with the school. I led Homemakers, which was a ladies' group for church and as an outreach, and I found the adjustment hard moving to Oklahoma. I missed the contact with the school staff and children, and Mum and Dad in New Plymouth. And I remember I didn't actually want to eat, and Murray used to make me sandwiches when he made his school lunch. You can't believe that, can you? That I didn't want to eat, but it's true.
What kind of sandwiches were they?
Last night's stew, usually.
Oh, I was hoping for tuna.
What's that, Katie?
I said good on you, Dad.
Yeah, good on you, Dad.
Cucumber and tuna paste sandwiches.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being home with Bronwyn. I remember they were talking about women's liberation, and I said to my, well, I'm liberated because I can choose if I sew or cook or garden, and because I was
That's
the-
what Glory of our woman said. Sorry,
Difference-
carry on.
The difference is I was
She
doing-
doesn't have a uniform.
Sorry, apologies. Delete that from.
the difference is I was 31, not 15.
Yeah.
Glory
Not
Vale.
13.
Okay, Bronwyn was a bright little girl. She was quick to speak and learn little poems and songs. It was great fun. There was a little turtle. He lived in the box. His favourite puddles. All these poems I taught Bronwyn. Then we had Roz and Joy, another happy little baby, after a hard birth and an ambulance ride to Woody Hospital.
It's been hard,
With
hasn't
the
it?
ambulance. Poor Rosalind.
You didn't warn me.
Pass on.
She's
Murray
turned
was
out
all,
all right.
what's that, my dear?
She's turned out
She
all right.
turned out all right. Murray was always very kind, supportive, patient and caring, and he let me sleep while he looked after the children. He even made Anzac cookies, biscuits. Doesn't pay to be too good, love, ladies. Catherine Rachel was born 2 years later, another happy little baby, apart from she had this reflex sphincter muscle weakness and this lovely milk would come out. She was an elected
How
cesarean.
could you?
She was an elected
She got over
cesarean.
it.
You'll do better next time, won't you, Gary?
She was an elected cesarean, and Murray was told to sit in this area while I was in the theatre. But poor Murray, the staff forgot him, and he didn't know of the safe arrival for an hour or so. Whenever we knew I was pregnant, we would have a celebration dinner, maybe a pavlova for dessert. We were delighted again to learn of Lauren's impending arrival. We were quite brave to have 4 children in some people's minds.
Oh,
She did not lock
Who
up my
did
back.
Out she came.
Sorry, so it's getting dull.
I wanted to wear a,
Unnecessary.
I wanted to wear a sign, planned, pregnant and proud and pleased. I was quite sick after Ryan was born, and I wondered if we had made the right decision, but Murray said, she will be a blessing to you, and she is, like all our girls. We are proud of all our children, and it was great to meet Marcus when he came on Boxing Day 89, sorry. At that time, my parents were staying, and as Marcus walked up the path, my dad said, he certainly is Murray's son. We enjoyed getting to know Marcus, though we were all very nervous. We were giving the house a thorough clean.
Of course we have.
Did you notice?
Oh, gosh.
We even disinfected.
Glad I don't remember that day.
It was 15 minutes.
The girl, we were all very nervous. The
Could you
girls
tell
were
how
unsure-
clean it was?
Do you remember the time that Marcus?
I just
Didn't even notice.
We were excited. The girls were very intrigued how Marcus could bring his thumb back,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
like Murray, and other mannerisms. We went out to, what do you say?
Nothing.
We went up to Waitomo Caves, didn't we?
Yeah, that's
And Marcus was telling the kids how much wood would a woodchuck
Oh, yeah.
cut if a woodchuck could cut. So we had that piece afterwards. So they remembered you, Marcus. Then later we met Linda, and it has been wonderful to share their family. In the years before I met Marcus, Murray used to send birthday cards and occasional letters, and we got photos back. I used to pray we would have a good relationship in the future with Marcus and his family, which has been happening. We are very proud of our girls and how their lives are turning out. Bronwyn with Edward, with her leadership skills and her ministry to people and crafts and her family and their help to us. Rosin with her music, teaching and nursing skills, and now with Regan and their family and their help to us. Catherine, for overcoming the challenges she has faced and for her skills in her SimTech job, teaching doctors and nurses skills. Funny joke last week. She comes home and tells us these things. She had a case of a mannequin last week with blocked arteries. Catherine said, have you told him to stop smoking and eat less butter?
Did they listen to you, kid?
You had to be there. It was
Lauren, along with the other girls, for her faith and encouragement to us, and for Nathan and the children and their help. Oh, funny joke. I will tell this one. We went to the old time dances a few times over in Lawrenceville. We really liked it, but it was a Saturday night and we had Sunday school first thing next day.
So we stopped going to
So we stopped going to them. You won't believe this, but someone did say to me, how nice that you have your son here to dance with tonight.
Really?
I should have said
When was that?
grandson.
What,
At one of these dances.
what year was
Gosh,
that?
it
Around
was-
about?
Well, you had the heart operation 19.
Oh, really?
It's just last year, love.
No, it was been 12 years ago.
Really? That's hilarious.
I wasn't even this frosted then, was I? I should have said grandson. Anyway, Murray, I'm so thankful to you, Murray. I was so glad when you asked me out, and I continue to be glad you came into my life. You should see how nicely he makes the bed every morning.
Yeah.
And I go in and he's folded my clothes up.
Oh, God.
I was so glad you came into my life for your love, your kindness, your skills, and all you do is of such a high standard. When the kids break anything, Dad will fix it, Dad will fix it. And Dad was always fixing things. And I got to this age. You won't believe this, will you? Next time, you're going to fix it. No, next time you have to stand beside Dad while he fixes it. Can't believe me saying that, can you? Your high standard, your cleanliness and your tidiness, your gentle and kind nature, your faithful love and support to me, your sincere love for the Lord and your desire to share Him with others. I love you, Murray. You make me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. You are the best thing that happened to me. Doodle, doodle, doodle. That's some songs we sing, eh? Love you.
Thank you. I think mine's as romantic as that.
Yours, what
It's
colour?
alright.
Not as romantic as that.
You're the man.
Does it have Anzac cookies in it?
Does it have what?
Anzac Vic, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
I have got my hearing aids on, Catherine, too. Good, good, good.
I don't have hearing aids.
Mate, I can. That's good, good.
He writes, after leaving school, I worked on my parents' dairy farm at Tipoi near Manamata for about 3 years. I then got work with Tiwao earth movers driving bulldozers. They were working on...
Oh,
Is that person again?
that's the bulldozers this time. Not me topping
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
mine.
Just hot, yeah.
They were working on Thompson Track, which goes across the Kaimo Ranges from near Te Arawa to near Katikati on the Bay of Plenty side. I really enjoyed that time and work. So Thompson Track had been constructed across the Kaimo Ranges in the 1930s, and it was going to be a road, but it didn't eventuate into being a road, and it was neglected, and when we went there to work and open it up, it was all overgrown and native bush all over it and stuff like that. The reason why they were opening it up was because they were putting the tunnel through the Kaimo Ranges, and they opened up Thompson Track so that they could drive their Land Rovers across there and do surveying work and all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that time and work. We then moved to Tokoroa constructing the road work for a forest products subdivision. And that was cold.
Do you remember what size bully you drove?
I drove a TD18.
Okay.
So that's international TD18. Following that, I got a job on a town supply dairy farm right next to the airport at Mangere. Because I grew up on a dairy farm, so I went back to dairy farming. From there, I went to Cape and Ray Bible School at Howick for 3 months, which was really good for me. It got me, I was a Christian, but sort of limited knowledge and stuff like that. And so going to Cape and Ray Bible School for 3 months really got my Christian life growing and active and worthwhile doing stuff. And a lot more knowledge and so on. It was really good. I then got a job at a garage doing lubrication, tyres and minor maintenance. I managed the service station shop, petrol pumps and tyres and repairs and punches, etc. So you can see I did a few things. I then got work with Bonagill Construction and was able to go on an adult apprenticeship in carpentry. So I must have been about 22, I think, when I started that. I worked for several years in the building industry. My boss, Jack Gill, was a Christian and we got on very well and worked together most of the time. I was known as Jack's mate. Because he always wanted me to be working with him on the jobs that he was doing. And he was a really lovely Christian man. I went back to Matamata after completing my apprenticeship, and while helping with work on the new Baptist church, I met Ross Miller, a woodwork teacher. He suggested that I train and become a woodwork teacher. So I was then accepted for Teachers College in 1974, completed my training at Auckland Secondary Teachers College. At Matamata Baptist Church I met Cheryl and was getting to know her during my Teachers College year. In 1975 I got a permanent job at Tauranui High School. Cheryl also got work at Tauranui High School. So during my teacher training year, my teaching section was one of them was at Tauranui High School. So that's how I got to know Tauranui High School and got to go there in the finish. So a permanent job there. Cheryl also got work at a Tauranui Primary School. In the May holidays of 1975, Cheryl and I were married in the New Plymouth Baptist Church, which was Cheryl's hometown. We moved to Bell Block, New Plymouth in January 1977. Cheryl taught at Waitra and I taught at New Plymouth Boys High School. After 3 years, we moved to Oklahoma, where I taught woodwork at Oklahoma South School. This was a manual training centre with 21 contributing schools. I then became the principal of Oklahoma Christian School for 2 years, and then went building on my own account for 9 months. So after 2 years, there was at the Christian school, there wasn't any more students coming in, or not enough students coming in to make the school, or to keep the school viable. And so they decided to close the school, so that's when I had to move on. We then taught at Bennydale Area School for 2 years. We shifted to Hamilton in June '95, where I had a teaching job at Fraser High. We had bought a 10-acre block on Kakaramia Road, and I taught at various teaching jobs. At each school I took a Christian group. I did relief teaching and technical classes until I retired at the age of 74. I did chaplaincy at Deanville Primary School for 12 years. Bronwyn, our firstborn, a lovely baby girl as each one was, we remember Bronwyn standing at the large window at the front of our lounge and telling us what she could see outside. Because we had a great big square window at the front of our lounge. It was really great. looking out through there.
You could see Charlie showed on his tractor over at Osborne's.
Yeah, the trees and the farms and the maize crops and all that stuff. Roslyn, also a lovely baby girl, growing up and holding Bronwyn's hand, very musical, making up songs and singing on the swing as a 3 to 4 year old. Catherine, always bright, loved dancing and singing. What are you going to be when you grow up, Catherine? Doctor. That's what she used to say. She's now a nurse and she's well up there with her nursing work. Lauren was a good mate of Catherine. After the big girls had gone to school, she was quick to learn and always helpful. All the girls were and are a great support to us, especially as we're getting older. We also appreciate Edward, Nathan, and Regan and Marcus, and their help and support in their different ways and their friendship. We also love our grandchildren. All in all, a family is a great blessing. Cheryl is a very
I paid Murray to say this.
You can't read your handwriting.
I paid him.
Can't read Mum's handwriting, Dad.
Cheryl is a very capable and efficient person. There is not much she cannot do. She was a very good teacher and a very good musician, and is a very good musician. Cheryl has been a great support and helpmate to me throughout our married life, and a good mother to our children. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Mary.
Hey, Dad, do you want to just mention your shoes?
Oh, oh no. Oh, yes they are. Yes they are.
When I came out this morning, when I was getting dressed in that, I was considering putting on these shoes, but I've got another newer pair, so I put them on, and then Lauren said to me, "You haven't got your wedding shoes on." So I went and got them. These are the shoes that Cheryl and I were married.
Yeah. Yeah. Good day, eh, Mary? Good day.
Yeah, so it's been great all these years that have gone by, and a lovely family, and children and grandchildren.
Just amazing,
And
eh?
sons-in-law, and yeah. And this young man.
Even you, Adam. Yeah. Now, Mary, should we try to that holy city?
Oh, okay.
You'd have a drink of water first. Half a cup. Well, darling.